Greetings, math student who wishes to learn how to solve for the systems of equations. I am a representative from the Royal Dutcheslovakian something or other. We generally teach kittens, but I suppose I can make an exception for a few humans. A system is more than one equation, and the solution is where they intersect. There are three ways to solve a system of equations: elimination, graphing, and substitution. I will teach you how to use all three, just in case you never know. You might need to use one or the other. Yeah, never mind. Let's start with elimination. Here we have two linear equations. Notice how they are both different? We have to make them so they are the same in standard form. The second one is already in standard form, which is x, y, constant, so we have to change the first one. This one is pretty easy, you just add 2x to both sides. Now they are both in standard form. Once both of the equations are in standard form, then you can solve them. To solve using this method, we have to cancel out one of the variables. In this case, we can cancel out y by multiplying it by 6, which cancels out with negative 6y. But then we have to also multiply the rest of the numbers in that equation by 6 as well. Now you add the numbers in the top equation to the numbers in the bottom equation. Now it's really easy. I bet you can tell what the answer is before even finishing the problem. Were you right? Now that you know that x is 2, replace x with 2 in the equation to solve for y. Now we know that x is 2 and y is 4. That was easy, wasn't it? Now let's try with substitution. Since the first equation tells us what y is, we can replace the y in the second equation with negative 2x plus 8. Then you distribute and combine like terms. This looks familiar, we must be right. Now we have to solve for y again. Do you think it will be the same thing? That was pretty easy too, right? Now for the last method, and my favorite, graphing. To graph them, we have to put both of the equations into slope-intercept form, which means we have to change the second one this time. Let's graph the first one first. You can tell how these lines are going to be graphed by looking at their equations. The last number is the y-intercept. This is where it crosses the y-axis. And the first number before the x is the slope. For example, the first equation crosses the y-axis at 8, and the slope is negative 2, so it will go down 2 units and then over 1 before you make a next point. I graphed it using this very useful online calculator. Because the slope is negative, this line goes down. If we graph the second one, we can already see where they intersect. But do we know the exact number? We do! It is 2, 4, the same as the other one, which means that we did it correctly. Do you notice something about these two equations? They're perpendicular, which means that they cross at 90-degree angles. You can tell this by, of course, looking at the graph, but you can also tell by looking at the slopes. They're opposite reciprocals. If they were parallel, the slopes would be the same. The slopes of perpendicular lines will always be opposite reciprocals, and the slopes of parallel lines will always be the same. This concludes today's lesson on solving systems of linear equations. Thank you for watching!